else out here? Yep.
Hi, my name is Caroline, and I'm a first-year student, actually.
Oh, you snuck in, huh? Nice. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, so I just want to say that you really inspired me today, just because I've been thinking about what I wanted to do for the next few years, and it's just that it brought me back to when I was like 12 or 13 when I first watched World Vision. I was like, that's when I started having a passion for it, and it's like, it brought me back to what I actually really want to do and why I actually came to university for. And so my question is that, coming fresh out of high school and stuff like that, like, how would you inspire or get into things to impact people, especially if you're this young?
It's a good question. I mean, I think that you have to kind of maybe ask yourself, what is it that, like, again, I get back to it, I sound like a broken record, but what are you passionate about? Like, what is the thing that when you look at it, you're like, well, that's not right. That could be better. Like, what do you mean there's not enough food? Or what do you mean that this disease is still happening, or whatever it is, right? And then in this environment, the best thing is knowledge. You know, you can't jump into something just because you care about it. That's great to care about it, but the next step is to understand it and to learn it. And in this environment, you have all the resources in the world at your fingertips. So I would educate myself and get to know as much as you can about it, and get to know as much. If there's an issue happening, there's years and years of people studying and putting energy into doing it a certain way and saying, okay, this is the way we solve it. And understand that, and to understand that might be to understand it all the way and then to decide you want to do it completely different because maybe their path isn't the one, or maybe you can add the one little thing on top of it that takes a little further. But I guess you got to do your homework on the thing, and then in doing the homework and in studying it and understanding it, you'll probably find the way that you can plug in. Because I was so frustrated with so many of the things that I saw in my world, and within hip hop, that weren't working, that weren't doing the things I wanted to do. And as I kept kind of spinning on that thing and thinking it could do more, and trying to get other people to do it, and they wouldn't, and everyone was like, no, there's like, why are you always talking about that? Who cares? Let's just go to this thing. And I'm like, no, you got to do it like this. And eventually, like, I was the only one left in the room talking to myself, like, no, you got it. And I was like, well, no one's here anymore, so I guess it's on me, So, but over the course of time, I had to, it's like half my life I've spent now in the music industry to get to the point where the opportunity that's coming up for, me and Kanon is a pretty huge opportunity. We got a chance to, like, really knock it out the park. Would I have liked to have this opportunity when I was 17, when I, like, took my last $10 and was sending demo tapes to New York and convinced that, like, as soon as the tape got to New York, that's it, it's over. They're gonna call us, they're gonna fly us to New York, we're gonna be in the back of the magazine, it's all good, limos, girls, it's done. I was convinced. I didn't even have any more food. Like, that was the $10 was gonna pay to send the tape. And they never called, but it didn't stop me, and then we had moderate success, so we had success in Canada or a gold record, all these things along the way that was kind of getting there. But would I have been ready to deal with what I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis of what it's going to take it to the next level? Josh and I wanted to get a TV deal right away. It took us 4 years and then 2 years of production, or whatever it was, 3 years, 2 years of production. I would have liked it right out the gate, but if someone gave it to us, we would have failed so miserably at that point. And I'm only now have the ability to map and to guide, things that are coming for Kanon with the expertise and the skill set I've learned. That's my university. That's my skill set. I've been doing this, like I said, half my life. So I'm ready to navigate it, to manage all these relationships, and to, like, be able to handle what I call the email waterfall that tries to pin me down every day. Like, there's nothing cool about getting over 100 emails a day. It's, like, not great. But my point is that if you find that thing, you just keep studying with it, you keep sticking with it, the good opportunity for you to do the thing that is going to, satisfy that burning thing in you that you've had since you were a young kid, it'll come. But you just got to kind of stick on it. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a great question to end on, and it sure hits the theme of the message tonight. So thanks so much, Saul. What an inspiring talk. You guys are very lucky to have this talk today. It gets you launched. as an MC, you're supposed to come up with this nice list of a few points, and that's pretty tough on a message like tonight. There was so many great things said. Clearly, follow your passions, but Saul's challenged us with a lot of, or has definitely raised the questions tonight. You should be thinking about those, but I think he's also challenged us to act as well. And you guys, it's great to think and, gee, what should be here and there, but thinking without actions doesn't go too far, and Saul's been definitely in his lifestyle showing you that you think and then you act. So you guys are about ready to launch off onto your careers, and I think it's pretty neat to have someone like this tell you what some of your opportunities are. I can't think of his name. Who was the leader of Hootie and the Blowfish? Darius Rucker. I was riding on a plane with him, and we were sitting beside each other, and they were right at the sort of the peak of their fame, or maybe I don't think they still are. But in any event, you have to laugh. Their group were all university students, and I'm sure don't tell your parents that the president of the Alumni Association said this, but they were all university students. One had just finished their MD. One had just finished their master's in biochemistry. Their parents thought, yeah, they're just going to cruise along. They're all set. And they all hopped in their Volkswagen van and started touring from bar to bar. So I think someone here earlier said, don't know what to do. I got to keep going to school. Well, you know, you'll find your spot, as Saul said, and it doesn't necessarily come in the very first direction, and that's what's nice about life now, is you don't have 30-year jobs. You keep moving. So you didn't come here to hear me, so let me wind up. We're really going to welcome you into our 130,000 plus alumni family here in June. It's going to be great to have you. Of those 130,000, I think U of C alumni really are making differences around the world. We're in 135 countries. So if you're looking for a place to work, look back to your alumni network. We're making a lot of change here in Calgary too, because clearly we're a Calgary-based draw school, and we're actively involved in the business, health, social, cultural, and political life of Calgary. I have a few thank yous that I have to say, and then I guess we can wind this up. One, of course, is to the alumni. They contribute thousands and thousands of dollars each year to the U of C student body, and they help on events like this. I know I'm just one of them, but it's important that you recognize that the body you're going into helps perpetuate all of this, and I think it's great. We'd also like to thank TD Insurance Milosh Monix, who sponsored the evening tonight. They're a wonderful sponsor for all sorts of events here at the U of C, for alumni events, and you will no doubt be hearing from them in the near future. A couple things to say about the site graduating this year. One, I think you guys were very lucky to have this intimate chance to talk to Saul, but I think what you should be doing is telling your friends to go watch this on the website, because it was a real message tonight. But also on that website, this Friday, we'll do our first draw for one of the $1,000 cash prize certificates, so get registered. Wow, we probably could. We got spa gift certificates, ski passes, important to all students, brewery tours, financial seminars, nights at some pretty nice hotels in town, restaurant dinners. There's some other prizes that you need to sign up for that aren't going to get drawn on Friday, but will get drawn over the next 3 months. So go to graduatingthisyear.com and get registered.